Hello and welcome to the Series 10 panel discussion of The Pyramid at the End of the World. And today I have everybody's favourite Jerry Hobson and everybody's second favourite Kieran Smith, or Gallifrey Entertainment. You can subscribe to his channel in the description.
The king himself. Oh, man.
So
Dylan, why are we here today? Why have you dragged me out of bed at 25 past 6?
Not in the morning, you disingenuous fuck. It's 6 p.m.
Do continue. What are we talking about today? Pyramid at the End of the World, right?
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, you just watched it. Goddamn. Oh, wait, no, you watched it today, like me. Because we both got pissed on Saturday. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what did you think of the Dr. Bill and Nardo in this story?
Right. Who do you want? Kieran, do you want to go first?
No, you go first. You go first, Jerry. You go first.
First thoughts, really. First thing I can say, Nardo was fucking non-existent this week. Might as well, you could have taken him out and it would have just been the same fucking story.
Yeah.
Bill was really good.
I still thought that Nardo was quite good. Like, his dialogue was decent, you know.
Yeah.
While he did feel a little bit wasted, it didn't feel. You know, I wasn't annoyed by him like I was in the first 4 episodes of Series 10.
Yeah. It's like they're trying so hard to include him here, but there's really no, I mean, in an episode where not much happens at all, there's bare minimum for Matt Lucas to do anything. So you can't really say it's like his fault either. I mean, he's just working with the best that he can.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill was good again. I mean, I'm not sure if I exactly agree with her decision to sell the planet to the Truth Monks, or that she has the legitimacy to sell the planet to the Truth Monks, because, like, who is she? She's just a normal person. Like, I don't care if she's friends with the Doctor who's president of the world. Just being friends with somebody doesn't, like, give you their power.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was a bit of a dumb moment. And also, can I just say, Capaldi's costume in the story was actually pretty damn sexy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Dylan, I bet you'd love to ruffle those feathers and see it.
Perhaps not. But
although, I didn't like Capaldi's Doctor in this story, in all honesty.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, go on.
No, I just think I hate the stories where, like, they open up and he's so I can't say the word. Is it philosophical? Yeah, I just don't like that about his Doctor. And then I don't like the aspect of the president of the world or that bullshit. I just think it lets his Doctor down.
I agree with that, Kieran, especially with the philosophical part, because it's very forced and contrived. You know, it doesn't feel like genuine. It just feels like the writer is saying that I am so clever, you know, through the lines of Capaldi. It's just like, you know.
So that whole president of the world bullshit just kind of takes you out the story. So that would never fucking happen in real life. So why are you expecting me to buy this now?
Well, I mean, most of it wouldn't happen in real life, but it's about suspension of disbelief, and you know, you've got to be a little more accurate when you're doing stories in a contemporary setting.
Yeah.
But I think it didn't bother me as much here as in the last 2 stories, just because it wasn't really brought up as much. Like, he wasn't like going around saying, "I'm president of the world and I'm Dr. Disco." It was just.
That would just like added to the hilarity, though. That would have been hilarious.
Oh, that wasn't hilarious. It was
Dr.
awful.
Disco saving the plants from bacteria.
It wasn't bacteria, I don't think.
I don't even fucking know what it was. I
forgot. It's basically some kind of genetically modified air, I think. Something like that. Something that is supposed to help crops grow, but they accidentally write the wrong decimal point and it turns nasty. But we'll get to that.
Instead of helping crops grow, they just fucking slice viewing figures in half. That's a big effort that happened here.
But did you know, actually, that Oxygen is the least viewed episode of New Who?
Really?
Yeah.
How many views?
That's like the best one of the series as well.
I've forgotten how much it was. I think it was like 5.27 million.
Damn.
It's not as bad as Battlefield, I guess.
Well, Battlefield was only like less than 1 million lower. Oh wait, no, Battlefield was 3 million. My mistake. It's like 3.8 million for Battlefield. So yeah.
What is Battlefield the lowest of Doctor Who?
I think so.
Although you do have to bear in mind that it's much easier for New Who to get the views because you can watch it live. More people have TVs. You can watch it on iPlayer, etc.
Yeah.
And those viewing figures do count iPlayer, like the 5 million one. By itself, I think it's only like 3 million. So if you go by live viewing figures, Battlefield was actually viewed more.
Yeah. No, I get that, because like back then there was only like a select way to watch Thingamabob.
Yeah, so you'd have to be there live back in the day. But anyway, let's move on to the plot of this story, with the whole thing of the monk saying, "Yo, consent to let us be your leaders." What did you think of that?
Convoluted as fuck, but I just went
really.
with it.
I thought it was quite good. Like a very different way of aliens trying to take power by working out a time where it's going to be when the humans will be at their most vulnerable, then offering to help them as long as they get the power.
I agree with that.
It's a very clever way of getting control of the planet.
If you put it like that, it sounds like quite a 60s idea. I'd expect something like that to have already been done.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's exactly why I think it's like quite good. It sounds like a very classic idea.
Yeah. I didn't say necessarily as bad, but I just thought it was like really fucking overcomplicated for no. Maybe that's just because I really was not paying attention.
Well, I don't
to
think
extraness.
That bit was overcomplicated. But I just feel like the explanation as to why the research center is going to expel the air was really convoluted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that went over my head. Tell me what that was about.
Well, basically, they accidentally made the bad genetically modified air or whatever it was, and they left the doors open, which obviously in a real research facility there'd be alarms if you left both the doors open between the testing area and the normal bit. And also, it has a ventilation system that every 4 hours pumps out air into the atmosphere from inside the research station for basically no reason, and you can't stop it. And it's like...
No, wasn't it every 30 minutes? I'm sure it was every 30 minutes.
I've forgotten exactly what it was, but exactly the time. But that's irrelevant. The point is, in a research station, you would have lots of fail-safes and much more safety precautions than you do here. Like, it's just ridiculously convoluted how they explain, how it's going to get out of there. And I'm sure they could have found, a more realistic way of saying how it got out. Because here, it's just stupid. It's just really overconfident. It doesn't sound, plausible. It just sounds like a plot device, like a writing device that they've used to kind of set up the rest of the story.
Quite right.
That's just how it comes across. And when your story, parts of your story come across as just functioning to carry the story, that's not very good.
Nah.
That's poor writing when you do that. So that was kind of an issue.
That's typical Peter Harness right there.
I will give Peter Harness a little bit of credit, though, because he semi-decanonized Kill the Moon. With the line,
I was looking out for that when I was watching the story, but I never caught on it.
He said something was as dead as the moon.
Oofed.
Yeah, because they were. If you don't know, they were reporting on it in loads of newspapers that they were decanonizing Kill the Moon in this story, which I'm not even sure if that was the intention or whether this even means that, but I like to think it means that because I absolutely fucking despise Kill the Moon, and I'm perfectly happy to forgive Peter Harness for it if he's willing to retract it from Doctor Who lore.
See, I thought Harry Gilbank was by the dead baby jokes, but Peter Harness, man, taking it down your head. Man.
Brilliant.
Fuck's sake, Pete.
Right, okay, so what did you think of the truth monks in this story?
They're pretty good.
They're scary.
Yeah,
honestly, they are really scary.
They have an ominous presence, yeah. And it's just the way, they ask you for consent, to take over. It's very sinister. Oh, fuck off, Jerry. But they're quite sinister. It's very good.
I mean, I love the shots when they're on camera and stuff, and you can see their reflection. And when they're in the plane as well, it just gives them that scare factor. In all honesty.
Yeah. Yeah, they were very good. I think they're probably gonna come into their prime in the next episode because they're going to be more focused on them. As these first two is just kind of setups for the next one, which I think is probably going to be the main event.
Yeah.
I've been seeing all these theories that people think they're Mundasians or whatever, or Cybermen.
I don't think that's true.
Me.
But if it is true, I'm going to be annoyed because that's just stupid.
It just feels to me like people are fishing things out there. It's just, it's correct.
I actually heard somebody saying this, and the reasoning they gave behind thinking this is that when the monks talk, they kind of look a bit like Mondasian Cybermen.
Oh, yeah.
You know how they kind of open and go, da-da-da-da-da.
My American said, please, take thanks.
Alright, there really isn't much to say about this story, is there?
No, there's not.
Kind of reached the end. It's because nothing really does happen. It's like talking about, an episode 2 of a classic Who story. It's where there's just it's all about setting things up, which it's fun to watch, but there's just not a whole lot to say about it.
Yeah.
Like episode 1 where it gives up the interesting premise, then episodes 2 and 3 is kind of like just setting everything up in place for the big event in part 4. Well, not all the time, obviously, but for a lot of the time. And that's probably why there's just not a whole lot to say about this. So I think we'll just go on to your final thoughts on the episode.
Oof, that was quick.
Yeah, I know.
Is this just like a snap round of panel discussion?
No, it's not a snap round.
30 seconds, go!
There's just nothing really... There's not much to say about it. I mean, if you've got any other comments, you can...
I mean, I liked the pyramid because I thought it was a throwback to Pyramids of Mars because that's a perfect story.
A good meme.
I thought that was a really good reference, and I think Mr. Baker would be really happy when he watches it.
Incidentally, go on to Big Finish now and get for £15 Triumph of Sutek.
Yeah, do it. I've been telling these two, what do you call it? I don't know. These two peasants to go and get it for over a year, and they've finally done it. And I'm like over the moon. I'm so happy. I think I'm probably going to cry after this is over. But
I mean,
I
called that sale as well. I was like, nah, next week's sale's got to be Pyramid. Triumph of Sutek. It's got to be. And yeah, I called it. Brixie must have been listening.
I mean, I think that the monks remind me of Sutek because when he takes his mask off, his skin is the same color as the monks. So I think the monks are going to turn out to be Osirans, and he's going to be like, I thought they were all dead, and it's like, no.
Brilliant.
I'm just making up genius. This is.
I do actually have one question. Why was their spaceship a pyramid?
Never explained, but man, they needed a title. They need the title, so like, bam, Pete, work your magic, and he's like, that's your thing, boss.
I think it might actually be the longest Doctor Who title now, like overtaking the greatest show in the galaxy. I'm not sure though.
Oh, I think the greatest show in the galaxy.
Longest title.
It probably might be.
Yeah. I don't know, I can't be asked to count it now, but fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Right,
fuck it.
Fucking things. Right, the pyramid at the end of the world. By 2 characters. Jerry, you still there?
Yes.
Alright, okay.
I was disturbed by your counting, Dylan. I had decided now.
Right, okay, so I think we'll probably come to the final thoughts on the story now and give it a score out of 10.
Oh man, disappointed. No John Sim. Fucking shitest episode ever. 2 out of 10. Needed more Missy. There we go.
Oh come on, give it a genuine score.
A genuine score. I don't know. Like normally this would just be like a 5 because it was quite boring, but like the wee subplot with midget woman and my parents are aliens, that was quite funny. So, you've been out drinking today.
Yeah, that was really relatable for me and you as well, Jerry.
Oh, I know. So, man, I could have spent my Saturday night looking forward to this, but no, I spent it in another planet getting raging. And yeah. Alright.
Go on, Kieran.
No, I'll probably give it a 7 out of 10. I mean, I think I'm more excited for next week's story, and I think this was like last week's story, more of like how do you say the word?
Build up.
Kind of like a filler.
It's just set up.
I wouldn't call it filler because it's setting up the grand.
Yeah, no, that's what I tried to mean, like a setup thing for next week's story, which is going to be like.
Yeah, as I said, this is like reviewing an episode 2 of a classic story.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it had its moments and stuff, but
I'm really torn on whether to give it a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 because it has a decent premise. I found it quite enjoyable to watch, but there is just a few flaws where it's just like, things are really contrived and not really written that well, and as well as the fact that, just not a whole lot really goes on. I think just because, it's kind of a 3-part story, and as I've said, this is like reviewing an episode 2 of a classic serial, I'll probably go for the 7 out of 10, but it's on that cusp. I mean, if I was going to be, pedantic, I'd probably give it 6.5 out of 10. But, so decide whether you prefer me to have, score it a 6, a 6.5, or a 7. Whichever one you prefer me to think.
I'll change my vote then. My vote is going to be a 2.8365 out of 10. Right? That's my vote.
Aye, okay.
Taking considering all the factors, considering Missy was in last week's episode, but not yesterday's. Nah, not having it.
All right, so before you go, what are your thoughts on the next time trailer?
Missy's in it. It's going to be good. I hope.
She'll probably get a dab in this one as well.
I hope she does. It'll be bad. It's so good.
No, it'll be awful. We know what's going to happen to us in the trailer.
Dab doctor.
Yeah.
Dab doctor.
No, it's in the K's Ranjazani. Dab doctor, you must dab.
I will never dab for you, Missy. Dab, doctor. You must dab.
No, but yeah, it looks quite good. I mean, it looks very Orwellian to the point where Steve Moffat has outright came out and said, it's like 1984, which I think is perhaps doing a little bit of a disservice to like the absolute masterpiece of a novel. Comparing it like a shitty episode of Doctor. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it'll be shitty, but like, I don't care how good it is. It's not going to be like 1984 level of good. Like no Doctor Who has reached that high.
Just let him have his confidence, man. Don't worry. Steven's going to blow us all out of the water come episode 12. Man. He's just going to come at us with a spare parts remake. It's going to be so good. Like Steve, that's what everyone wants, and he's not going to deliver. He's going to give us Rise of the Cybermen Part 3, the return of Lumic.
I mean,
from beyond the grave.
I mean, that's why I'm not excited for the final 2-parter, because I know he's going to fuck up the Cybermen one way or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to reserve judgment on that, but I am very concerned about the finale now. But either way, this one was good, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So pretty good considering I was ready to hate the Harness episode because I really don't like Peter Harness's writing, really. At least based on what he's written previously for this show.
Yeah.
Right, well, thank you two for coming on.
Oh, Dylan, it's always a pleasure, fam. I think this must be a record for like shortest video, panel discussion ever. Man.
It probably
years
will
from
be.
now. I mean, how long? Oh my god, man. What?
And so I'll see you all next week for the Lie of the Land.
Oh. Kind of